Hey, welcome back to my channel. I want to talk today about a form of gaslighting that's not as well known as what we think of as gaslighting. And that's this idea that love is behavior, not words. Love is action, right? And a lot of times when we're in a narcissistic dynamic with someone, we can get really confused because sometimes they can seem loving. Sometimes they can be compassionate or appear compassionate or empathetic, or be really nice and charming and easygoing and easy to be around. And that's great in the moment, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with enjoying that. However, the problem is that what happens is when the narcissist flips over to the other side and they're all of a sudden being cold or withdrawn, or they are being attacking, they're blaming, they are not showing any concern at all for your feelings, completely steamrolling your feelings. They're basically acting in ways that aren't loving. And although they may say they love you, you don't feel that they love you, because love is behavior. However, what happens is then when you call them on it, when you try to hold them responsible for their behavior, then they will do one of many things, where they will just won't admit that they've done anything, or they'll just tell you, oh, I just love you so much and this and that, and they'll try to love bomb you, or they may turn around and blame you and attack you and say it's your fault. But the point is that it's very confusing. So it's a form of gaslighting when somebody behaves so extremely one way sometimes, and then you never know when, or sometimes you do know when, they're going to flip over and behave the extreme other way. This can happen where there's certain people they get around, or in certain situations where they become a certain person, they behave a certain way. Maybe they're really charming and happy and social, and then you get alone with them and they're a different person. Or maybe just from moment to moment with you, even when you are alone with them, they can seem open and it feels like maybe it's safe to be vulnerable. They can say something nice to you and sort of draw you in and make you feel like it's okay to just share freely and authentically. And then as soon as you do, bam, they jab you, they say something, they say something cutting, or they become defensive, or they think you're criticizing them, or they're reacting and responding, in an overly inflated way, because they're not actually responding to you into the present moment. We talk about childhood trauma all the time, and we talk about how the wounded inner child doesn't actually see the present. They respond to the present moment and the people in front of them and around them in the situations with the rose-colored glasses of the past, or the filter of the past. So they're actually a lot of times responding to someone in the past, not actually you. Now, this can happen to anyone. Okay, this happens to all of us. However, with people who have narcissism, they are not aware of this, or nor will they ever actually, face this or take responsibility for this. So that's kind of the issue, is that, they're going to be responding to you from their past trauma, but they're not aware of it at all. So they're still going to say that it's you. And then they may turn around and tell you you're the best thing since sliced bread. And then the next day, you're back on the bottom of the barrel. You're just like the worst piece of crap in the world. Gaslighting, guys, it's so confusing, and we don't know what to believe. But you guys, the thing is that we actually do know. We know the score. And our inner adult knows that, what's really going on is the person who we're dealing with, well, there's sometimes maybe they seem nice or okay. They're really actually always dangerous. Always dangerous, because that's the nature of narcissism, underneath the surface, there is an extremely unstable, volatile person that is just adapting in the moment with their behavior from moment to moment to just try to survive and get what they need. But we feel it. We feel it inside. We feel the danger. We know it's almost like being with a predator that we know it's a predator, but they put on a costume and they're pretending to be benign, and we have to go along with it. But we know they're a predator. And that creates intense like anxiety inside our system. And I truly believe this is actually, for some people, like the cause of an anxiety disorder, a panic disorder. Like if you've had this kind of situation growing up, maybe you had a parent or someone in your family who had this kind of predator, narcissistic predator energy, but was very covert about it, was very subtle, and tried to appear really weak and vulnerable and nice and charming, but you always knew and sometimes saw the dangerous energy. But you had to pretend you didn't see it. You had to act like that it wasn't there. And it creates this enormous tension and anxiety in our bodies. And then we grow up, and we're adults, and you're out there and you don't know why you feel so anxious all the time, and you don't know why you can't trust yourself when you feel like something's off, when you feel like someone's lying or something's not what it appears to be, or something just doesn't feel good or right, but you doubt yourself. This is why. This is why. So the answer, my friends, is just keep doing the work, keep doing the healing work. I use tapping, energy psychology, meditation, qigong, energy exercises, walking in nature, staying connected with source. I use these things daily. I still use them daily. I've done so much work on myself and I've come so far, and I still use these things every single day. So it's a journey. It's not like a destination, but you just get to keep going, and you get to keep peeling the layers, and you get to keep finding like new levels of yourself, and you get to feel like what it feels like to truly authentically express who you are. When you finally get past all that stuff and you finally let yourself, embrace the truth about what happened, and embrace the truth about who this person really was or is. And you get to a level where you can just accept, it. You release a lot of trauma, and then you're in acceptance, and you can feel yourself again. And that's the real gift of the healing. I mean, that's why we do it. It's hard, but when you get to that, it's so worth it, you guys. It's so worth it. So I just want to tell you, you're not alone. You're not alone. You can do this. Okay. You can do this. Thank you so much for listening today. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel and you get benefit, please do hit the notification button. And you can also look in the description of this video if you want to think about different ways you can work with me or to support my channel. I've got some links down there. And I'll see you next time. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.